Alright guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Alright guys, check it out. Right over there we got a 2011 BMW 740Li, and what we're going to do today is show you how to replace the driver's side headlight bulbs, low beam and high beam. Coming up on Astral Auto Repairs. This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero-tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com. Alright guys, let's find out. The customer said this one is out. Let's check it out and see. Alright, well, Civi's up there. Let's see. Alright, Civi, I got my headlights on.
Okay, let's go to the other side. Oh, okay.
Okay, which one is out? Driver's side is out?
Yeah, it is.
Alright, so we verified it. Driver's side light is out. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, before we begin, this part right here is very important. Do not miss this part. You're going to get you a 20 a bit. A Torx T20 Torx bit. What you're gonna do, get you some vice grips or whatever you want to do. Hold that piece right there. Now a lot of your bits are gonna have a little line right there. That little line right there, that's to hold it into any kind of socket or anything. What you want to do is use some kind of cutter or something, and you want to go ahead and cut that. Cut it right there and cut it right off. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got that cut off. The next thing we do is now reverse your vice grips. Put them just like this, right about there. Close it off. Take your cutting tool. This shaft right here, even like this, is still going to get in the way. So what we got to do now is cut that off right about there. Let me go to this side. So the spark. Alright, let's cut that off and we'll be right back. Alright guys, there's your mini bit. Guys, you're gonna love this tool. This is gonna be cool. Now guys, I'm using a 1/4" drive wrench. Guys, if you have a speed wrench, you definitely want to get yourself a speed wrench. Get a speed wrench, get a piece of paper towel, place it over the bit, the end of it. Take your wrench and just you're gonna take a little force because that paper towel is kind of thick, but you want to push that down just like that. Get that out of the way, and that's what you're gonna have right there. This tool you're gonna love, guys. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys. First thing you're gonna do is open your hood. You ain't gonna be able to do this if you don't open your hood. So open your hood. The next thing we do, we got a little access door right here. Now, be careful with this door. What you gotta do is pick this door up because it got hinges right here, little plastic hinges. This one is broken, so this one comes right off. And as you can see, this little end over here is broken, and it's supposed to be one right here, but it broke off clean. And what they do is hook on into these little tabs right there. So this one's off. So be careful when you do that. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to remove this whole piece right here. So what you want to do is take your rubber weather stripping, pop it up, lean it to the side. And now, guys, definitely go online or something, get you these body panel pry bars right here. It's to remove body panels, but these are great for this. Or if you don't have this, you can use your pair of wire cutters. And what you're going to have is a series of clips around here. Now, the wire cutters, you got to be very careful because if you squeeze too much, you're going to cut that. So you got to squeeze it just enough and pull that pin out. And that's when you got to be careful. But if you got this panel, this one, let's go over here because you're going to have one right here, one up under here, pull this flap back, and then the body tool just goes like this, goes in there, and pops it right out. And then we're going to be popping out. If you can use this to pop that out as well, just like that. Now, what I'm going to do is go around this way. Now you're going to have a series of these. It's easy to see the ones around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go in 5, 6. But you got 2 over down in here that you got to get also. And this one's already halfway up. So let's do one more together, and then you're going to be on your own. So take your body panel, pry bar, go right between there, pry it up, go in there for the second one, pry it up, and put them all to the side. All right, let's get all of them done, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, I got all of them out. Well, at least I thought I did. You have to pull this back more, and you got one more right there. All right, now that we got them all out, take the whole panel, pick it up, and set it to the side. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're going to show you how to do this. Everybody else removes the whole front bumper and all a bunch of junk. Half the car. You do not have to do that. All right, guys, ready? Let's get to it. What we're going to do is remove this bracket right here. Now, follow very carefully. This bracket is held on by a few 10mm bolts and an 8mm bolt. So the first thing you want to do is just get to our most difficult one, right down in there. Okay, so what you're going to do is get you a 10mm wrench, and I'm using a ratcheting wrench. And I'm going to go in there. I know I'm in your way right now, but...
We see the bolts.
And guys, if you get a ratcheting wrench, this ratcheting wrench sucks because this is the one. This one is just straight.
So why are you using it if it sucks?
So that's the only one I got.
Really?
Once you get that bolt loose, go in there with your 2 fingers. And we're going to unscrew that and get that out. Bear back. All right, guys, as you can see, I got it just about out. And this is a good angle. From the front of the car, put both your hands just like this. And you're going to use your fingers. Can you see me? That's what I got.
A little bit. I mean, we see your fingers.
You see my fingers turning the bolt?
Yeah. Well, we see your fingers moving. A little bit.
Use your fingers to turn the bolt, and that little bolt will come right out. Once you break it loose, it's very, very easy. All right, the next thing you want to get you a 10mm deep socket, and I'm going to use a 10mm deep 1/4" drive and my 1/4" drive ratchet. You're going to have 2 more 10s, one right here, and the other one is back here. Now for this one in the back, I'm going to use a 10mm shallow socket. Take that one off, and the one up in the front, I'm going to switch over to the deep. And you can still use the shallow if you want, and take that one off. All right, let's get both of those out, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got those 2 bolts out. The next bolt you're going to take out is right here. There's a 10mm bolt right up here. I'm going to use a 10mm deep 1/4" drive. Take that one out, And then you're going to switch over and you're going to get you a T30 socket. I'm using a T30 with a 1/4-inch drive. And you're going to take out this bolt right here. And you can see, look at that thing. It ain't ready yet. All right, so let's get those 2 bolts out and we'll be right back. All right, guys, the next thing you want to do, as you're looking down here, take the steering wheel, turn the wheel all the way to the right as far as it can go. Because what you got is 3 8mm or 5/16 bolts. 1, 2, and number 3. And what I'm going to be using an 8mm deep 3/8 drive with my cordless ratchet. And I'm going to go ahead and take those 3 out. We'll be right back. All right, guys, now we got to take the cover right here, fold it back, and if you can look inside of there, right along this line right here. How's the lighting?
I mean, I can see that. I don't see the bolt though. Oh, wait a minute.
You're going to see 3 bolts. 2 8mm and 1 10.
I see 2 bolts. That's the third.
It's the other one's further back.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay, the one in the middle is a 10mm bolt.
Okay.
That's the one we're going to have to take out. So I'm using my cordless ratchet and a 10mm shallow socket 3/8 drive. I'm going to reach it in there. The sun is blinding the mess out of me. Dang it, that sun. You know, guys, let's make this a little easier for me. Alright, being that the sun is messing me up and I can't really get in there, I'm going to use my 1/4-inch drive, 10mm, and reach in there, and I'm going to do this by feel. I still got to go up in here and try to see it. All right, let's get that bolt out and we'll be right back. All right, guys, I got it loose. Good thing is these things come out easier. Okay. All right, let's put this bolt with the other ones and let's get these out screws out of the way, because make sure they stay not where the tire is so you can puncture them. All right, let's put this to the side and we'll be right back. All right, guys, next thing we do, take you a long screwdriver, and you see this the bolt over here that we took out. What you want to do is stick your screwdriver right over onside that bracket, bend that out just enough to clear the frame. Okay, now come up to the front of the car. While you're holding your bracket, bring it out, pick it up right there, pick it up. Now you're gonna have to go down here, just bend that out a little bit, and you're not bending it. You're not actually bending it. And go ahead and take that bracket right out. And putting this back in, that's all you did was bend it right there a little bit, and then you can bend it right back in place when you put it back in. There's a big slot here, so that bolt will line up anywhere. Check that out, guys. Now watch the access that we got. We'll be right back. All right, guys, now to get to your headlight bulb, it's covered up by this little cover right here, this access panel. It's held on by 3 T20 Torx screws. One that's going to be inside here, one right here, which you can obviously see, and number 3 is way down over here. So for these 2 over here, what you're going to be using is a T20 Torx socket, 1/4-inch drive, and a 1/4-inch drive ratchet. I'm going to go ahead right here. See, with that bracket out of the way, you're going to have all this room to go ahead and take those screws out. So let's get this one out. And this one over here, let me try to put the screwdriver, let me just set it in there so you can see where I'm at. All right, I'm on it now. You're gonna be right there. And because of the brackets out of the way, you can easily get in there. Let's see if I can get this thing loose. There we go. And get that one out. All right, let's get those two out and we'll be right back. All right, guys, now for that last screw. This is where your little special tool comes in handy. Yeah, buddy. You see that? Mm-hmm. Now, if you have a speed wrench, 1/4 inch drive, this will work even better. So what you're going to do is take your little tool, you're going to reach down in there and your screw is right in there. Now, you notice how I got no room right here. That's why you had to grind that off. And I'm going to go in there. And there we go. Turn it. That was loose. I'm going to turn it. And what I got to do now, put my hand down there to hold it so I can take it back out. Set it up again. And turn it again. But if you got a speed wrench, guys, this will be so, and I can't find mine. This will be so much easier. Because that's all you have to do is just hold your finger right there and be like, bam. Take that right out of there. But being that we don't, we're going to sit here the old style, old school way. And take this screw out of there. Alright? So let's get that out and we'll be right back. Alright guys, check it out. You see we almost got that. Actually, look at that screw, guys. That screw is loose. That screw is loose. What I'm going to do now is take my finger down, my 2 fingers, and try to see if it goes the other way. And at the same time, we'll see. Matter of fact, let's pop this cover back. And nope. Gotta turn it just a little bit more. I'm using my hands now. My fingers down there to turn it. And there we go. And pull our cover right off. Check that out, guys. Yeah, buddy. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, the next thing we got to do is unplug it. Now, you got this little plug right there. Now, you can unplug it by your hand, but for me to reach down there, then my hand's in the way and you ain't be able to see it. So I'm going to try, what I'm going to try here is try to do it by the screwdriver. And I'm going to go right here a little bit, then go on this side, and keep going back and forth till I get it unplugged. It's unplugged. So just go in here and pull it down, and there you go. Let's get that plug out of the way. And see, with that bracket out of the way, guys, you got all this room to mess around in. Now, to take your bulb out, you got this latch right here. On the top of this latch, you got to push this latch in towards the front of the car and then over to the driver's side. So in, over, and it unlatches just like that. Then you just take your bulb and bring it out. All right, and actually you can see that thing cracked inside, and you can see the discoloration of it. It's all messed up. All right, let's go get it. And guys, when we go get our new one, do not touch that filament up there. I mean, I can touch it now. I don't know. I'm just used to not touching it, but let's go get the new one. We'll be right back. All right, guys, here we go. We got our new bulb. The plug is going to be facing down. Remember, guys, do not touch the filament area right here. So we're going to set this bulb in. Get your camera out of my way.
We want to see too.
Okay, make sure get the bulb and set it in there straight. Okay, it's in there. Next thing we're gonna do is bring our latch assembly up, and this is going. Now we're gonna move this over to the driver's side go into those little clip right there. Can you see those pretty good? Will be lighting.
I think I might be a little too high. Let me see.
But your lighting's good or not?
Yeah, okay, I see it.
All right. So push it in. And now we're going to push it in and go to the passenger side. And that's going to lock itself in. The next thing you're going to do is take your plug. Bring it down there. And I'm not going to be able to see this, guys. Got to line it up to where the connector is. Dang it, man. This thing. I can't even. Dang, now the sun's in my way.
Well, what do you want? You want to see or the sun in your way?
Ain't got it. All right, guys, there it is. Plug it right up. It's easier if I swing on that way and saw it. All right, it is now plugged up. Now, before we do anything, let's go and verify that this light does come on. So, let me get the keys.
Let's sleep right over here. We're ready.
You ready?
Mm-hmm. Oh, very nice.
Yeah, buddy. All right, guys, we'll be right back. All right, guys, now to put our cover back on. Now, that bottom one is the most important one. So what you got to do is put the screw in there just to keep it in place. Now, you can see these two tabs right here. If you look down there, you're going to see two spots where they're supposed to go. One's going to set in there, and one is going to set over there. So, what I'm going to do is lower it down. And I'm keeping my finger over here so that screw don't come out. Set the cover down into the slots and bring it forward. And my screw is right over here. Whoops, this is kind of set to the side here. Son of a biscuit! Tell you what, let me get the other screw and I'll get that one better. Take my finger down there and put this one down in here. Doing right now is turning it a little by hand. You see the screw there? Mm-hmm. Now what I'm doing is turning it by hand to get it nice and started. Guys, honestly, if it was my car, I wouldn't put this screw back. If it's a customer's car, I'll put it back. All right, we got that in there started. Now to get my tool and we start screwing that in. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, now we got our other two screws. These are going to be easy as anything. Start this one right here. Start that one going in. So once you can actually move them by hand, man. These things. And then you got the other one right down here. Right here. See that good? Mm-hmm. Get our 1/4-inch ratchet and we tighten these up. Guys, to tighten these up, you can actually tighten them up by hand and leave it just like that. All right, but you want to take your ratchet and just turn it just a little bit more. All right, let's get both of these tightened up and we'll be right back. All right, guys, the next thing we're going to do is reinstall our bracket. Now, there's something very important you got to notice here. This end of the bracket right here. Pay attention to that. Now, let me get me a light. I'm going to look down in there. And I want you to, when I put my hand on there, you're going to see my hand will point to something. You see my hand? My finger? Yeah. All right, guys. All the way over here. You see this piece right here?
Yes.
The end of that bracket does not go up under here. It goes right in between there because the bolt goes in through here what the heck? In through here and up into the bracket. So remember that, because as I'm putting this bracket down there, you might not be able to see it because I'll be finagling around. But when I put the bolt in, you'll be able to see it. All right, so let's get that bracket. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we got our bracket. Set our bracket down into place. Now, it's going to push in like that. Push back. Make sure it goes underneath the fender. Push it back. Down. And over here. Remember this over here that we had to bend? You want to bend that. Make sure it gets down in there. And into place. And now, let's go around this way. Now that we got this down in there like that, we can take this and bend that right back into place. Okay. Now, let's get this, gotta get all this thing. Okay, everything is lining up wonderfully. Now what we're gonna do, guys, is start taking out 10mm bolts. We're not gonna tighten them up yet. We're just gonna put them in just by a few threads. What the heck that thing lining up and going in? Okay. And your hex bolt right here, and let's go around this way. And that one's gonna go into the headlight over here, but we're gonna do that one last. Let's get these other bolts in by hand, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, what I wanted to show you a little trick doing this bolt down here. So what I'm doing is taking my fingers and going like that. Get my other now. Notice this string gotta push in a little bit. But that's how you're gonna get this bolt lined up and started in there. And you definitely want to make sure you turn it by a couple threads. Great, that's definitely going in there. All right, and now I got one more, and that's going to be the one inside here. Let me see it. See if you can see down there again. Inside down there.
Next time I look through the
Wheel well?
Yeah. You want to do that? Or how are you putting
Well,
it in?
let me put the bolt in, then I'll show them. All right, guys, I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you this bolt over here that I got lined up.
Move a little bit that way for me. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, that's right. I have to go way up, right?
No, it's right about here somewhere.
I think that light is. Yeah.
Here, let me see, put my finger on it.
Hold on, I'm all blurred and everything else. Okay.
My finger's on it.
Yeah, we see it.
All right, guys, that's how that bracket's got to go, right between there. All right. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and tighten up all our bolts. Now, as an alignment, this one over here is the easiest way. You see where the paint is? Where the paint is missing? So we want to make sure when I tighten that up, that it's going to tighten up right there, just like that. All right. So let's get our 10mm. I think I'm going to just use the 10mm shallow 1/4" drive on this one. And we're going to tighten this one up together. All right, guys, be right back. All right, guys, you can see it moving around. Take my 10mm shallow 1/4" drive. And look at that. Looks like it's lined up right there perfectly. And go till it stops. And then a little bit more. That's it. All right, let's tighten up the other ones, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, I just want to show you on this one over here that we bent the bracket out of the way. As you can see, it's lined up perfectly. You don't see no missing paint anywhere. That's lined up. I know you haters out there love to say something about Astro.
Move your light for a second.
Tell me who I like that.
Move your light. There we go. Now I can see better.
Okay. All right. All right, guys, we got all these up here tightened up except for the hex bolt. Come on, Zippy. let's get this bolt in here. All right, but before we tighten that up, I'm gonna go over here, and for this bottom one, we're gonna take our same 10 millimeter. Go around this way. Steady. Pull our cover back. I'm gonna reach in here, and I'm gonna bring this one in as much as I can by hand. And I guess that is as much as I can by hand. Then I'm gonna take my 1/4" ratchet, the same 10 millimeter up there, and
This ain't working.
that's probably.
No, I can't get it.
All right, guys, let's tighten this bolt up. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, now you want to take your T30 socket 1/4" drive with your 1/4" drive ratchet, and you want to go ahead and tighten up the headlight bolt here.
That's your fingers. That's not a ratchet.
You keep on. All right, guys, to tighten this up, you gotta tighten up. Dang it, the heck. You're gonna go till it stops, and then a little bit more. So till it stops, and a little bit more. That's it, because this is plastic. Oh, guys, this is looking good. All right, the next step. Come around this side, my sweet assistant. Around here. All right, guys, get your 3 8mm screws. Push your cover back in there. Start them off by hand. There's screws, so you can't really cross thread it. If you do, something wrong, majorly wrong with you. All right, let's get this one up here in. Where's this one at? Where the heck this one at? Dang it!
That's in the way.
Well, I gotta see what I'm doing. All right. Then you want to take your well, I'm using a cordless ratchet, but guys, if you're not used to it, don't do that. Cause see, I can take the ratchet and I can hit it slowly, and I know when to stop. And I know it's good. So to get those 3 tightened up, and we'll be right back. All right, guys. Now let's get our cover and set up here. Make sure it goes under this molding right here. Set it down. Nice. Make sure where this going. Okay. Over to that. All right. Then you got all your clips right here. What we're gonna do is take all these, the flat ones. You're gonna go around, line them up with the hole, and just push them into place. All right. Make sure you get the 2 that's under here. And let's go and do the rest of them. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we got all the clips in. Everything is looking good, man. Yeah, buddy. All right, no, wait a minute. Yeah, buddy. All right, next we can do is take our little pin, the inserts, and you're gonna line them up with the holes, and just push those down to their flat. All right, let's do one more together, and then you're on your own. Put it in and down. All right, let's get the rest of them done, and we will be. Dang it! Did I just drop one? Thought I did. Oh well, get the rest of them in. We'll be right back. All right, guys. Next, let's get our weather stripping and pop it into the channels around here. Okay. Then we got our one right here. Take our cover. It's broken. And snap it into place. Check that out, guys. Job well done. Thank you, Civi, for your help on this job. Alright, guys. We'll be right back. Okay, Civi, you're on. Go.
Alright, so today we had a 2011 BMW 740 Li, and we showed you how to replace your headlight bulb without removing the headlight assembly and the whole bumper, because that's what everybody's showing. You have to remove this whole entire thing has to come out to get this headlight assembly off in order to change your bulb.
But
So
we're
we
asphalt.
showed you, we showed you another way around it. I believe this is the same way it works for all the 7 series. I don't know that for sure, but I think so. But anyway, if you guys have any comments or questions, you can post it below in the comments section, or you can email Timmy at tim@astralautorepairs.com. Hope you paid attention. If not, watch it again. This is Sylvia from Astral Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. See you next time.